What up, gamers? Spencer here, and welcome back to Frontline 2 Exilium. So yeah, let's go and resume Belka's story here, which last time we finished up, I guess, the gameplay aspect of it, like one part of it, but now we're about to go to the actual flashback. So here we go. We got 5 of them to do, so let's begin. Feelings that cannot be conveyed. Alright, here we go. Let's do it. Beep, the projector in the meeting room dims. Jal standing at the front lowers the remote in her hand and stares at the other 3. That's it for today's debriefing. Good job, everyone. There will be no group activities for the rest of the day, so take this opportunity to get some rest. Remember, training is scheduled for early tomorrow morning. Alright, then. Yeah, I guess I'll just sleep. Alright. Michiru immediately leans back in her chair and falls asleep within seconds. Andres chuckles and gives her a gentle pat on the head. Kukai lets out a huff at Michiru's hopeless figure. Never motivated at all during training, yet always the first to slack off. Hearing that, Belka jumps out of her chair and runs up to Kukai with her hand raised. I'm motivated, big sis. Let's go training, shall we? Unless we are counting this commission, it's been ages since we last trained together. Besides, we just highlighted lots of my shortcomings during the debriefing. I can certainly improve upon them much more effectively if Big Sis is there to instruct me. Well, it's a good thing that you're this motivated. I need to see Vector today, so I don't have the time. Eh? Why? Between me and Vector, I'm obviously more important. What does any of this have to do with who's more important? Team B will be out for a mission tomorrow. Tonight's the only time when both Vector and I are available. With Team B right now on the right track, I can't wait to see Leva's reaction during our next communication. As Kukai heads out, she notices Belka following tightly behind her. Confused, she halts her step and looks back. Belka also stops obediently. Well, if you're occupied, we can call it a night here, Big Sis. But in that case, promise you'll train with me tomorrow. There's a team training scheduled for tomorrow anyway. We'll see once we conduct practical training. Kukai leaves the meeting room. Belka stomps in frustration as she watches Kukai's shrinking silhouette. Oh, my bad. I double-clicked. Here we go. Why can't it be Team B's leader? Why can't they just make their own mission plan and stop bothering Big Sis? You want to be Team B's leader, Belka? No, I was talking about the mission plan. If you're talking about Team B's mission plan, it needs to be drafted with the specifics of the commission in mind. For example, the route of several missions Team B has taken recently happens to pass our base. Not only can they stop by for a rest, but we will also have some joint training sessions with them. Huh? Team B came over. Yes, I happen to have a recent mission plan from Team B on hand. You should take a look at it if you want to know more, Belka. Before Belka can answer, Andres has already sent her the entire package. Torrents of data gush into Belka's neural cloud and clog up her processing thread. Feeling that excess heat produced by her core going into overdrive, Belka rushes out of the meeting room. I'll go to Ruchi since Team B is here. I'll check the document later. Belka hums as she skips across from the hallways, heading toward Team B's rest area. I haven't seen Ruchi for a long time. I wonder if the idea I gave her last time worked out or not. In any case, building a friendship is no easy task. We need to comfort her nicely. The door to the rest area is open, and Ruchi's silhouette can be spotted from far away, along with her and Vector's voice. After a moment's hesitation, Belka sneaks up onto the door and increases the gain on her audio module. Just try it out, Vivi. It's a limited edition. It was quite a hassle for me to get it from the underground brokers. I'm sure it'll look so cute on you, Vivi. I think I'll pass. It'd be a waste to give such a cute thing to me. No, it won't. See how it matches perfectly with your hair color? Come on, Vivi, just give it a try. Well, if you insist. Okay, it's on. See how cute you look? I knew it would look great on you, Vivi. It was worth pre-ordering it as soon as it became available. You should wear this during your meeting later, Vivi. Wouldn't that be unprofessional? Oh, shoot, my bad. Double click again. No way. Well, it's okay if you don't want to wear it, if you find it awkward. After all, you look cute either way, Vivi. Really? Of course, wasn't that obvious? Judging by the sound, Ruchi is pacing back and forth restlessly in the room. Gah. Oh wait, did I miss something too? Oh no. Okay, don't get. I thought I skipped something because it sounds like, this would be something that she would be responding to. Like if she were to say something, not like pacing back and forth. Okay, here we go. Don't get me started on that. That client on the last commission was so out of touch. You only pointed out all the potential worst case scenarios because you were in charge and being responsible. How dare he question your attitude? We should have Klukai blacklist that PMC guy. There's no way we're taking another commission from him ever again. It's okay, I'm used to it. Besides, you already stood up for me back then. The client only calmed down thanks to you. Then I guess I'll pardon that guy since you said so. Speaking of which, remember the fashion store we passed by during our last outing, Vivi? Their store was so stylish. Which one? I don't remember. I took a photo. Give me a second. The cheerful chatter between Ruchi and Vector continues from their rest area. Belka crouches outside the door for a moment before quietly standing up and leaving. Ruchi and Vector. Looks like they've gotten closer. Never mind. After leaving the rest area, Belka wanders aimlessly around the base, grumbling and complaining as she does so. Seriously? What happened between Ruchi and Vector? Those of us in Team A just went on a mission, albeit the mission might have been a long one, but how are they behaving completely different now? Shouldn't Ruchi be worrying about not getting along with Vector? Dang it, Ruchi and Vector's relationship used to be just like mine and Big Sis. How come it's suddenly just me? Belka furiously kicks the supply container lying in the hallway. I'm the only one chasing after Big Sis like I'm a fool. I'm all upset. Belka stands idly for a moment before bending down and clutching her head in dismay. Yeah, screw this. What should I even do? Dang it, dang it, dang it. How did Ruchi do that? How can I get closer to Big Sis? Oh my. Suddenly, Andrea's voice can be heard from behind. Before Belka can turn around, Andrea walks over and crouches in front of her with a smile. What's the matter, Belka? Didn't you say you were going to Ruchi? What are you doing here alone? Did you two get into an argument? It's not that. I'm just upset that I didn't get the train with Big Sis. See, Andres, I've been part of 4-4 for so long. How come my relationship with Big Sis hasn't improved at all? Even Ruchi and Vector are getting along now. I have no idea how she managed to... She seemingly reminded of something all of a sudden. Belka remains in her crouched position while she inches towards Andres and leans into her ear. You've been following Big Sis all these years, right, Andres? Surely you have some way to help me improve our sisterly relationship? Give me a moment. Searching for related information. Andres keeps smiling but stops moving otherwise. Andres? Andres? The warm smile remains on Andres' face, but she offers no answer. Forget it. I'll stop bothering you. I'll just look it up myself. I think, oh, no, she's good. Yeah, I saw her eyes. I thought she was like, I remember she has, sometimes reboot, right? I do remember that back then. I found something. There's a lot of tangential data, but not much is left after sifting through them. Please go ahead. Best ways to strengthen bonds with family and friends. Traveling together is a top pick. Cooking meals that the others enjoy is also a good idea. Other recommendations include inviting them out to dinner, or celebrating memorable occasions together to bring back fond memories. Traveling is a no-go, nor is food that big a deal for us dolls. Sounds like only the last one could work. Memorable occasions. It's gotta be that day then. Yep, soon it'll be the anniversary of me joining 404, which also makes it Sisters Reunion Day between me and Big Sis Klukai. Alright. Sisters Reunion Day. I'm such a genius. Thank you, Andres. I'll go make preparations now. No. Before Andres can finish, Belka has already excitedly jumped up and rushed off. Still crouched in place, Andres blinks. No need to thank me. Okay. Well, yeah, that was pretty cute. Special anniversary is the next one here. A few days later, outside the maintenance room, as soon as the door opens, Belka pulls Andres with her excitedly. Belka, wait. Dear? Where are all the custom motorbike parts that just got delivered? Let me see them. So I'm guessing this is before the Aphelion event. Because it seems like it's, like, I guess back at their place. Deer is busy adjusting something at the repair table, but he pauses his task upon hearing Belka. He retrieves a large box from behind him and places it onto the table. Here, all the parts you ordered. I checked them for you. They're all good. Take a look for yourself. Surprises, presents, anniversaries are all about them. Just for Big Sis. Belka hops over to the table. Right as she opens the cardboard box, she suddenly hears Michitu's voice behind her. Dear, remember when I asked you to bring over the... Huh? Why are there so many people here? Michitu? Why are you here? Michitu glances warily at the box of anime figures behind Deer, making sure that Belka has yet to notice it. I just happened to walk by. Really? Of course. I was just going to ask what gifts, the gift you asked Deer to bring you. I heard something about an anniversary. While doing her best to change the subject, Michitu shoots a glance at Deer, signaling him to hide the box of anime figures he had smuggled in more carefully. How could you eavesdrop on me? Who's eavesdropping on you? You're the one with the being obnoxiously loud. If everything's good, I'll head back to sleep now. Please wait a second, Michitu. Huh? Compared to me, we have a doll more familiar with the leader here. Are you sure you don't want to consult her opinions, Belka? Who needs her opinions anyway? Michitu will only mess things up. I think Andres is onto something. Look how Kukai has to put up with her for all these years. She must have something going on that we don't know about. What are you guys even talking about? Fine, I'll ask her. So, you want to celebrate the anniversary of you joining 404 with Kukai? It's Sisters Reunion Day! Whatever you call it, but if you're gonna go to Kukai directly with that plan of an anniversary party or something, she's definitely gonna outright shut you down. You know how prickly she can be, unless? Never mind, just go to her as you usually do, though you might want to change the name, but I doubt the outcome will be any different. So I just need to pester her until she agrees? Gotcha, I'm an expert at that. Whoa, first time I've seen someone say that with such a straight face. What do you know? It takes determination to get close with Big Sis Kukai. I can't elaborate further. Anyway, you have to keep this a secret, or I won't be able to give Big Sis a big surprise. If you dare slip up, I'll... Belka quickly stares in the direction of Deer. What now? Thought I wouldn't notice, huh? You little smugglers. Oh, the anime? The anime figures? Yeah, we can talk this out. More like, you shouldn't talk when you're not supposed to. Otherwise, I can't guarantee that Big Sis won't accidentally discover your figurines. In that case, Belka, who helped Big Sis uncover Michitu's contraband, will certainly be rewarded. Okay, I swear, as long as Kukai doesn't string me upside down on a target and puts 9 magazines into me, I will keep my mouth shut. There you go. Ah, I've only got a few days left. I need to hurry up and get the gift ready. Let me see, custom parts. Belka excitedly rushes towards the cardboard box on a table. Is that it? But that was fast. Oh, we might get this by like really fast then. Alright, something about a squirrel. It's the title name. After another routine training session. That's it for today's training. Good job, everyone. You're free for the rest of the day. Remember to treat tomorrow's commission seriously. Moments after Klukai's announcement, Belka immediately takes a 180-degree turn and is about to leave. It's not the first time she's done this. Recently, be it after a training or debriefing session, Belka would depart the moment she is dismissed instead of pestering Klukai as she usually does. Belka, you stay here. Forced to stop, Belka smiles awkwardly at Klukai. But, big sis, is anything wrong? Didn't you want to train together? I happen to be free today. Huh? Right. I mean, with Big Sis's instruction, I can certainly improve a great deal. Well, Belka reveals a troubled expression, gritting her teeth while glancing at the clock. Only 10 minutes left before the delivery time she agreed upon with the underground broker. As for the package, the more accessories for the motorbike naturally prepared for the sisters' reunion day. It's not every day that Big Sis has the time to train with me, but you've got something on hand. Fukai closes in on Belka. Suddenly, Belka's communication terminal starts ringing at an untimely moment. Ah! Belka hurriedly hangs up the call. She glances at Klukai with a worried look, but the latter doesn't even bother to look at the comms interface and simply stares at Belka with a scrutinizing gaze. It's nothing important. It's okay if I don't answer the call. Are you sure about that? I bet the underground brokers you got in touch with recently, whoa, she knows, are impatiently waiting for your answer. No way, I still have time. Wait, hold on. Eh? Broker? What broker? What are you talking about, big sis? Fukai sighs. Haven't you been going to the brokers whenever you're free recently? I can't even spot your shadow during break time. Not to mention using every trick in the book just to pry more bike-related information out of me. Now tell me, what are you planning behind my back? Belka nibbles on her lower lip, thinking of that her carefully planned surprise has already been spoiled. Fortunately, the anniversary is only a few days away, so telling Klukai everything at this point won't be that much of a problem. Belka is completely unaware of her constantly shifting, troubled expression. Even Klukai begins to wonder if she had been too harsh on Belka. You know, 404 doesn't completely prohibit you from ordering. Just as Klukai is about to confront her, Belka beats her to the punch with her exclamation. So, big sis Klukai, I wanted to celebrate our reunion together as sisters. For that, I've been preparing a gift. I decline. I mean, that's in character with her. Yeah? I haven't even told you what I had planned for our anniversary yet. Please, at least listen to what I've prepared. Well, I put a lot of time and effort into this. So that's what you've been up to. I see. Looks like you've clearly haven't been allocated enough training. Anyway, request denied. Don't even think about it. Big sis, where? Please don't go. We have a commission to accomplish tomorrow. You should get your maintenance done sooner rather than later. As much as it pains her, Kukai pries Belka shaking hands off her arm and turns to leave the training room. Big Sis's resolute rejection was so cool, but isn't this exactly what Michiru said would happen? Although... Never mind, just go to her as you usually do, though you might want to change the name, but I doubt the outcome will be any different. So I just need to pester her until she agrees? Gotcha. I'm an expert at that. No way in heck I'm going to admit she's right, but let's give it a try. It's all for Big Sis. While Kukai is reading a motorbike magazine in the rest area, Belka quietly sneaks up behind her. Did you know, Big Sis, You're the one who saved me when I was in a rut. Before joining 404, I was living a life of squalor and vagrancy. What did you pop out of? Get to the point. Oh yeah, I'm just trying to say that Sister's Reunion Day is super important to me. Please let's celebrate our anniversary together, Big Sis Kukai. Shut up, I refuse. During 404's commission. Do you remember, Big Sis? That day when we reunited wasn't so different than now. It was also near the base, with you pointing the gun at me. Keep the irrelevant chatter to a minimum. But that day is very, very important to me. Not just that day, but every single day since we've reunited. They're all equally important. Which makes the anniversary extra important. Please, Big Sis, pretty please, as long as you agree to celebrate together, I promise to shut up all about this. Before Belka can finish her sentence, Kukai points her muzzle at Belka and quickly pulls the trigger, knocking out the enemy behind her. If you don't want to go back in the scrap bin, focus on the task at hand. That's scary. Michiru has fallen asleep on the beanbag sofa. Kukai is servicing her trusted weapon, and Andreas is preparing to brew some coffee not far from them. Good evening, Big Sis. Oh, everyone's around. Indeed, evening is a good time for rest. Great. Here comes the nuisance. Big Sis Kukai, please. I prepared you an anniversary gift. The gift will be heartbroken if you're just going to discard it without even taking a look. Just as heartbroken as I am. Belka's vivid plea makes Kukai turn her head around. Now she is forced to stare directly at Belka's tear-filled eyes. No means no. It doesn't matter how many times you ask. Although knowing Belka is trying to elicit sympathy, Kukai can't bring herself to say anything harsher upon seeing such a wrong expression. You're still so insincere, leader. Meanwhile, Andreas brings coffee to the two of them. Don't try to plead for her, Andreas. It's Belka's heartfelt wish, after all. She has put a lot of time and effort into this, and hasn't gone unnoticed by us. Maybe taking her up on her wish isn't such a bad thing, leader. Kukai falls silent at these words. Seizing the opportunity, Belka quickly wipes her tears, puts on a sweet smile, and leads towards Kukai. I promise you'll love the gift, Big Sis, and I guarantee I won't cause you any trouble. I'll do exactly as you say. Please, we can celebrate our big sister's reunion day together, right? It's not some sister's reunion day. Huh? What do you mean, Big Sis? That was indeed the day you joined the team, but more importantly, it marks the proper formation of Hyde 404 Combat Team A. Oh, okay. It's an anniversary that belongs to us all. We need to stop harping on this sister's reunion nonsense. Okay, I guess that makes more sense. You know, it's not just like her, but also everyone else. You know, Belka. I guess Belka's the one that fully completed the team. If you insist on holding a celebration, keep what I just said in mind. So you just said celebration, right, Big Sis? Oh, yeah, I see. You just agreed, right? She was right after all. Who? Michiru? Following Belka's gaze, Kukai locks into Michiru, still fast asleep on the sofa with a satisfied grin on her face and no signs of waking up. You know, like just like seeing all this, like, you know, some like slice of life casual stuff going on. Like it does kind of make me miss. I said this before, but I do miss Krolik and Nemesis. I do kind of miss that. I feel like, you know, this is our, I guess, new version of that. With like Kukai and Michiru. Like ever since they were introduced, and now we got like Belka and Andreas coming into the picture more often. No, it's nothing. I just knew Big Sis Kukai wouldn't let me down. This must be our sisterly bond. Belka quickly wraps her arms around Kukai, pulling her attention back. I'm just wondering if Belka like understood like what she actually said, because you know she doesn't like it because you know the celebration that Belka has planned will be for the two of them. So like I know Kukai wants to also include Michiru and Andreas. Stop snuggling up to me. You're just like a squirrel. No, not even squirrels are clingy as you. Yeah, I think that was it. The squirrel thing. Knock it off me. You're making it stuffy. Belka happily lets her go and flashes Kukai with a smug smile. Just you wait for the gift the squirrel has prepared for you, big sis. Caught up in Belka's excitement, Kukai unnaturally clears her throat before turning around. As for how you're gonna celebrate, make sure not to go overboard. 404 is not a party company. You've just had your welcome parties. No need to do it again. We do have a commission on that day. No method of celebration is more suited to 404 than the success of a mission, and all of us returning home safely. If it's the team's anniversary, then I shall prepare some drinks for everyone after our return. Eh, do whatever you like. Anyway, stop pestering me with this from now on, Belka. Roger that, big sis. I'll make sure to have the gift ready and head it to you myself. Are you even listening to me? It's just a gift. Nothing complicated. I've almost got it done. Forget it. After letting out a deep sigh, Kukai leaves the rest area, but the look of excitement on Belka's face lingers in her mind. A gift from the squirrel, huh? Okay. Yeah, that's what it was, the title. An awaited promise. We're almost done, man. We can probably finish this whole thing in this video. It's the day of the long-awaited anniversary. Belka is already waiting excitedly outside Kukai's door early in the morning. Her terminal beeps several times in rapid succession, but Belka impatiently turns off the notification and continues to stare at the door. Anniversary. Anniversary of Big Sis. Standing outside the door with a silly smile on her face, Belka is pacing around when the door opens, and Kukai comes walking out. Happy anniversary, Big Sis Kukai. Big Sis, you look so cool today. It's like you've got this special aura around you. I see. Are you also looking forward to today's surprise, Big Sis? Let's complete today's commission first. Kukai doesn't speak further as she continues to stride forward. Relax, Big Sis. It's just a little commission. You've done this so many times before. Nothing can go wrong this time. Let me tell you a secret, Big Sis. I have a little surprise for you in the rest area. It's got all the sense of ceremony with it. Let's head straight to the rest area right after the commission. Hearing Belka's increasingly excited babble, Kukai stops in her tracks, looking somewhat resigned. Have you not seen the messages I just sent you, Belka? Eh? You just sent me messages? I'll check right now. Belka frantically opens her comms terminal, takes one look, and starts squealing in panic. Yeah, she's been ignoring those while looking at the door, right? No way. An emergency commission? Who the heck even takes on 2 commissions in the same day? She does. About that, I meant to say, how can that Leva be so heartless? I guess it was Leva. Today's the anniversary of our team's formation. If she doesn't want to take part in the celebration herself, fine. But how can she throw us a last-minute commission like this? Let me take a look at the details. It's to suppress automated machines with malfunctioning IFFs. After carefully reading the commission request several times, Belka looks up at Kukai with eyes of full of grievance. Can we have Team B handle this, Big Sis? I think they're entirely capable of dealing with this kind of task. Team B is on its way to other missions. Besides, do you think the plan is something you can alter on a whim? I didn't mean that, it's just... Today was supposed to be our anniversary, but now we're stuck doing missions all day, potentially working overtime as well. There won't be any time left to celebrate together. If you keep standing around wasting time, then we really don't have enough time to celebrate. It's an E-rank difficulty standard rescue mission. The area of operation is the same as originally planned, so it's a matter of doing it on the side of what we already had to do. With 4-4's capability, we might be back by the afternoon if we head out now. So, do you want to keep zoning out here, or should you go get geared up? I'll go get ready. No. Belka is already geared up and ready to go. Let's move out, Big Sis. As the dust sets in, 3 dolls walk into the partially decorated rest area. Being the first to enter the room, Belka kicks the cardboard box by the door. Following a loud thud, multicolored string lights inside the box are thrown scattered across the floor. Belka pouts and kicks the string of lights away too. That is the bit surprise Belka has prepared for Klukai. All that's left is to hang up the string of lights on the walls of the rest area to make the atmosphere even cozier. Yet the expression on Belka's face now stands in stark contrast to the warm atmosphere she intended to create. Belka. Andres looks at Belka with some concern. Michitu, being the last one of the group to arrive, stretches lazily, grabs the nearest pillow by the door, and plops right down on the pile of string lights contentedly. Finally, we're back. Today was so tiring. I don't even want to walk a single extra step. Belka glances at the doll lying at her feet. She then picks up one of the string lights and walks up to the wall with a blank face, trying to hang it up. However, the long string of lights seems to have a mind of its own. Just as one side is secured, the opposite side would begin to sag and tingle itself with sections already hanging on the wall. Belka grabs the hanging side and tugs at it impatiently, soon entangling everything into a knot. First the emergency commission, then an in-person report at the request of a client? And Big Sis, just left like that? What is this? Even these dang lights are working against me now. Belka furiously throws the tied-up string light to the ground, then walks to the overturned cardboard box to get another one. One end of the long light string is pinned beneath Michitu, and Belka tugs at it unsuccessfully for a while. Michitu. Get up, Michitu. Dumb cough? Time to wake up. Wake up. Michitu painfully opens her eyes. Belka, is Kukai back? Why are you waking me up? Because of the string of lights. You're sitting on all my string lights meant for decoration. Huh? What string of lights? Michitu fumbles around aimlessly, growing increasingly frustrated as she watches. Belka ultimately shoves her to the side. Hello! The doll rolls to the ground, then bumps to the wall with a distinct thump. Finally awake, Michitu slowly shuffles to the beanbag sofa on the side and rubs a spot on her head that bumped into the wall. Why so mean? It's not my fault that Klukai was called away. Besides, she said she'll be back ASAP after the report is done. Ignoring Michitu, Belka angrily goes back to the wall with the string light in hand. Seeing Belka's agitated state, Andres gently shakes her head before walking up to her and helps her prop up one end of the string. Here, let me help you set it up. Belka glances at Andres and says nothing, yet Andres answers with a smile and holds the string high up to the wall. Look, Belka, how about here? Without waiting for Belka's answer, Andres carefully affixes the string light to the wall. Then, she picks up another string and begins affixing the second one with a smile on her face. Soon, the blank wall is covered with colorful lights. Even Michitu, who's dozing off on the sofa, can't help but open her eyes wide to gaze at the sparkling scene. Didn't expect this small rest area to look so pretty when decorated. What do you think, Belka? Seeing Belka still sulking, Andres picks up the tied-up string of light that has been thrown to the ground earlier and starts patiently untangling the knot. Shortly after, the tangled string light is returned to its original state. Andres gently hands it to Belka and smiles tenderly. It's all fixed up? Oh my, are you still upset that leader couldn't make it back in time? Belka stomps her foot in frustration and lowers her head, clutching the string lights in her palm. I didn't get upset because of Big Sis. She's just doing what she has to do as per the client's request. It's her showing her sense of responsibility. She never slacks off, even on our anniversary. That's how cool Big Sis is. Oh. Look at her smile now. Indeed, Leader Klukai has always been very cool. Seeing that Belka has finally calmed down, Andres takes the opportunity to pat her on the head. By the way, you should really go get your frame serviced now, Belka. You've been overburdening your frame the entire time during today's battle. You might exhaust your energy back up and end up in hibernation if you keep hanging around. Everything's settled here. It's okay for you to take a break. I don't want to. Maintenance will take too much time, and I'll be the first one Big Sis sees when she comes back. I will wait for Big Sis here. She promised she'd be back soon. I see. We'll head for maintenance first then. Don't push yourself too hard, okay? Andorus leaves the rest area with Michitu. Having watched them leave, Belka ponders for a moment, then sits on the beanbag sofa and rests her head on her knees. Any moment now, Big Sis will surely come back soon. Late into the night, an unusual calmness surrounds the base, only occasionally disturbed by the footsteps of a staff echoing faintly down the corridor. However, as time goes on, the one specific sound Belka eagerly awaits never appears. Almost midnight already. Belka sinks deeper into the sofa, but still stares stubbornly in the direction of the corridor. When will Big Sis Kukai be back? Big Sis. At exactly 1:46 a.m., Kukai finally rushes into the rest area. The surprise Belka's been boasting about since the morning before thus pops into Kukai's view. The entire rest area has been decorated in a lively and cheerful fashion, with colorful lights emitting a soft, bright glow, and balloons on the wall spelling out anniversary. Kukai subconsciously slows her footsteps and stares at the surprise Belka had prepared for her. Suddenly, she spots a doll curled up in the corner of the room. Belka? The doll in the corner does not respond. Kukai hurries over and sees the doll is curled up on the beanbag sofa with her arm wrapped around her knees. Her fluffy head rests on her arm, and her eyes are gently closed. The damage on her body has yet to be prepared. Several tears in her synthetic skin look somewhat frightening under the flickering light. In hibernation, huh? Kukai leans over and gently pats her fluffy head. Don't cough. I don't even know what that means. Hold on, let me just... like, that's the second time now I've been seeing that. I'm sure it's like, a Russian word. Let me see what that means. Oh, a blockhead, like a stupid person. It's just, saying, like, stupid. Okay. The Baka. Kukai gently reaches out and picks up the sleeping Belka. You're heavier than I remember. Let's get you to the maintenance. Kukai is currently compiling last night's commission reports in the meeting room. Suddenly, someone knocks on the door. Before Kukai can respond, a figure shoves the door open and rushes up to Kukai with a look of grievance on her face. Big Sis? Yes. Big Sis, I heard you're back, so I came right here right away. Are you working on something? I'm not bothering you, am I? Kukai does not answer, but simply examines Belka carefully. The doll in front of her looks clean and refreshed, clearly having undergone her maintenance. Were you planning to just hibernate in the rest area? Had I not come back last night? I just wanted to wait for Big Sis. Plus, I know you'd be back when you said so yourself. Belka steps forward and pouts in complaint. Well, you did come back last night, so why didn't you wake me up then, Big Sis? Even if I was in hibernation, 10 minutes of charging and I would be right back up. That way, we wouldn't have missed our anniversary. It's been the whole day. Why are you still thinking about that? Of course I'm still thinking about that. It's our sisters, the anniversary of Team May's formation after all. A once-in-a-year opportunity. Isn't it a shame to have missed it? Is your noggin filled with nothing but anniversaries? With the kind of damage you've sustained? Of course maintenance was the priority. But even if we missed out yesterday, all your decorations are still up, right? Tell Andorus and Michitu to come over in a bit, and we can celebrate today. What now? But today's no longer the anniversary. I've been preparing it for so long, and I didn't even get the chance to gift you my present properly. Big Sis, do you not care about this at all? What does it have to do with me caring or not? Oh yeah, Big Sis, you big dummy, you dumb cough. Wait, Belka. Before Kukai can react, Belka has already rushed out the other room crying. Staring at the fading silhouette, Kukai recalls Belka's hurt expression just now and finds her at a loss. Did I say something wrong? Alright. Let's go and finish things up here with the best way to reciprocate. Belka is huddled in a corner in her tiny room. Her quiet sobbing can be heard escaping from the ensconcement of her squirrel-shaped pillow. I didn't even know she was supposed to be a squirrel. It seems like that's what she's supposed to be. Like themed after. How did it turn out this way? Did I never belong here? Was I never meant to join 404? Big Sis doesn't care about me or our reunion. She doesn't care at all. Wah. As Belka cries her heart out, she stands up and slams a squirrel pillow to the ground. A squirrel. Screw squirrel. Big Sis, she hates squirrels. She hates me. Next, Belka snatches up the squirrel, plush, stickers, and mallard toys lined up in the desktop and fiercely throws them into the bin by her feet. I'm done. I don't want any of this anymore. I hate squirrels. I hate mallards. I hate you, Big Sis. Bilka shoves all these squirrel and mallards into the paper bin while tears well up in her eyes. Then she drags a travel bag out of the closet and begins packing her belongings. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm leaving today. And right now, I'm leaving right now. After a while of tearfully packing, her travel bag has been stuffed full. Still sniffling, Belka hoists the bag onto her back and takes a few steps toward the door. Suddenly, she reaches into one of her pockets and pulls out a bullet casing. Perhaps due to it being constantly and carefully polished, the bullet casing shines with a mirror-like gleam. It's the bullet casing Big Sis gifted me. I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. I don't want anything. Belka raises her hand and intends to throw the casing into the bin as well. However, after a few minutes of standing idly in the room, the casing is still tightly clutched in Belka's palm. Realizing her reluctance, Belka shoves herself into the bed again and bursts into tears. Well. Knock, knock, knock. Suddenly, knocking on the door can be heard, followed by Kukai's voice coming through it. Are you in the room, Belka? I'm not. What are you talking about? We can hear your cries down the entire hallway. I'm not crying. You're crying right now. As the sobbing inside the room seems to have subsided. Oh, my bad. Seems to have subsided. Kukai awkwardly raises her voice to speak. Alright. Stop crying. It was my fault last night. Given that I agreed to celebrate our anniversary together, I should have spoken to you. I should have woken you up, even when you were hibernating. Hearing Kukai's apology, Belka, who has almost stopped crying, bursts into tears again. Yeah, Big Sis, you've always been like this. You never cared about me, or my feelings. You're always so mean to me. You've never teamed up with me during training, and you've always deliberately avoided me. Overcome with emotion, Belka sits down on the edge of the bed, tears rolling down her cheeks. I don't want to be here anymore. Big Sis doesn't like me anyway. You don't care about our anniversary. I'm leaving 404. With the bag on her back, Belka fiercely stands up and is ready to leave through the door when suddenly she bears Kukai's voice with a much colder tone coming from outside. You think you can come and go as you please? I am Hyde 404's leader, and you're one of its members. You're not going anywhere without my permission. So scary, but I'm going to leave anyway. With the bag on her back, Belka abruptly opens the door. Seeing Belka appear before her with her eyes filled with tears, Kukai is stunned for a moment before immediately reacting. What are you doing with this big of a backpack? Hi. Belka takes a step back under the pressure of Kukai's gaze. She retreats into the room and slams the door shut. Yet before the door closes, Kukai catches sight of the mess going on inside the room. Boo-hoo. Inside the room, Belka throws herself back into the bed and begins cry softly again. After a moment of silence, Kukai starts to talk in a low, unnatural voice, unlike her normal way of speech. Belka. Actually, I was quite surprised that you came to 404. I never realized that I was that important to you, nor did I think that 404 was a good place of belongings for you. But you've proven me with your action that keeping you in 404 was the right decision. Big Sis? Even though you've got a long road ahead before becoming an elite doll, and despite still being noisy and clingy, you have indeed grown. I mean, I would say right now she is technically gameplay wise, she is a elite doll. I got 2 copies of her, so she has made it, I guess. I can be strict at times, but I'm not completely insensitive. Your efforts haven't been lost on me. As Kukai finishes her monologue, silence returns to the room. Hmm. With her tears finally stopping, Belka sniffles before slowly taking a few steps forward and reopens the door. Kukai stands stiffly outside, seeing Belka staring at her with tears streaming down her cheeks. Kukai can't help but feel a little awkward. Big sis, eh, so you've been caring about me all along. Then why did you neglect the anniversary of our reunion? Kukai lowers her eyes and remains silent for a moment, as if weighing her words. I mean, to me, I'm kind of like a bit more on Kukai's side because like it is kind of like work, so I don't blame her too much. At last, she raises her head and looks at Belka earnestly. I know you've placed a good deal of importance on the day of our reunion. However, the exact date of the reunion, or the day we chose to celebrate it, for that matter, doesn't really matter in my eyes. The fact that we've reunited is far more precious than any celebrations or commemorations. As long as 404 is still around with us in it, as long as we can still go on missions together and all return safe and sound, then that by itself is the best way of honoring our reunion. That's a good way to look at that. As she finishes, Kukai awkwardly clears her throat. She then retrieves a box from behind her, stuffs it into Belka's hands, and immediately looks away. Here, it's for you. For me? Belka's eyes widen as she frantically holds onto the box, completely flustered. Yes, take a look. Yes. Belka quickly unties the bow wrapping around the box. The lid of the box pops up to reveal a wooden carving of a squirrel. That's funny. She like cleaned up all the other squirrel like stuff that she had, and now she got another one here. The squirrel clutches the pine cone and sits with its head tilted back in the center of the box. Although the carvings are somewhat rough, the squirrel's expression is vividly lifelike. A squirrel? Belka props up the wooden scroll in her palm and stares at it in disbelief. Did you hand carve this yourself, big sis? I mean, indeed. A present for the squirrel. It's rather rough. I did it casually in my spare time without putting much effort to it. You don't... I knew it. Big sis does care about me after all. With traces of dried tears still visible on her cheeks, Belka breaks into a big smile and throws herself into a light embrace with Klukai. Ugh, you don't hurl yourself at me like this all of a sudden. Or all of a... I know. Big sis Klukai is the best. I love you the most. Then what's with all these squirrels on the ground? And mallards too. I had no idea you collected mallards. It doesn't matter. Belka giggles as she looks at the wooden squirrel in her hand and hugs Klukai even tighter. This squirrel, a big sis gave me is all Belka needs. Okay. Well, yeah, that was nice. See, there you have it. That was Belka's story. It definitely felt more on the just like a casual side of things. Yeah, it didn't feel like, anything too important or special. I mean, like, even with, like, the story, it definitely felt just, like, I guess just normal. Probably, like, the most normal story out of, like, everything else in this game. Like, the most, like, slice of life you would see in, like, an anime or something. But yeah, definitely, a very safe story. I think it was still good, But yeah, I felt like it was, like, just very, very normal. I didn't think, it felt anything new. It definitely felt like this was, like, something heard before or, like, told before. But, it was still nice. I mean, at the very least, it does help out with the characterization of Belka here. But yeah, like, I guess overall, in general, definitely just didn't feel anything special. And I guess it makes sense too with like how it's formatted here. This definitely felt like the most shortest of the stories as well. Like even with Yuhi, even though like she is structured differently, like with like her, like very similar with her here. Like, I was able to finish this whole thing in like one go. I think Yuhi took me a few videos, I think. But yeah, I thought, overall, I thought it was just, pretty okay, pretty meh. I don't think it's bad, but at the same time, like, it's nothing special, nothing unique about it. But yeah, that was Belka's story there and my thoughts on it. Next time we'll be doing Into the Shadows, which I imagine that it'll be the same thing. Yeah. But this time we got like more of the... Yeah, we got more of this. Then yeah, so yeah, once we do finish this, if there is more time, I guess we'll begin the neural recollection as well. We'll be doing that. And then at some point, whenever this becomes available, we'll do Zhangyu as well. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That was it for this video, and we'll do Andorus next time, which I'm looking forward to, man. I remember I saw a cutscene in that live stream that they did, the Balin Island broadcast thing, where they showed like a cutscene of like, I think Andorus meeting Kukai and Michu for the first time. So I do wonder if that is here. I would love to see that. So yeah. And yeah, if it is all like this, man, I can definitely see, like, especially with the story quality right now, I can definitely see why they chose this as like, as like one of the smaller stories being into this big one here to like, make things feel more accelerated. But yeah, I can definitely see that. But yeah, I also, I feel like this is probably the best way if they were able to do this in the future, or like if they were to do this, I feel like doing a big event like this is my preferred way rather than like, small patches like Yuhi. I feel like I prefer it this way because it does feel more grand and big. But yeah, anyway guys, that'll be it for now. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.